Hi, and welcome to Camp Sue. So, the other day when I had done a card reading, I had mentioned in one of the groups about the Kundalini card that I had drawn. And it made sense for whatever it was I was saying in that reading. So, anyway, today I meditated on this card and got more information about it. So, I thought I'd do that definition on the video here and see what comes out. So this card means Kundalini Awakening. There's like self-transformation. It's like self-transformation 101. So the cave here, this is like the shadow self. It's like there's something very deep inside of you that you need to uncover in order to move forward, to get those riches that you so desire, because it's available to everybody. There's enough for everybody. To hold everything in miserly, mine, it's just not going to allow you to receive, because you're sending out that energy out to the universe of mine. I don't have enough. So if you live in a place of I have enough, you will have enough. And it really does begin with your mind, how you're thinking, because when you start to think in those terms where you have enough, then you don't do actions that create more lack in your life. So the Kundalini awakening within is like the divine feminine energy. And it's been awakened within. So it's like coming out. It's like facing all of those shadows within yourself. What are you afraid of? You know, it's like doing some deep soul searching that enables each of us to discover our true fears. And those true fears, are they, what are they hidden behind? Some false fears. It's also, this card tells you to avoid fooling yourself. Where you've achieved something, or you've got the goals, and then you start to believe that you are better than somebody else. So you really need to be aware of that, because you don't want to be the fool. So what you'd want to do is just try to avoid pleasing others to gain control over them. It's also like this card is telling you to hold on to some moral strength, where you can present your ideas honestly, where you just don't go along with the crowd because everybody else is doing it and you're afraid what someone might think or say, or how you may be judged. So those fears, those judgments, those deep-seated things that really bother us about ourselves, but that's what we don't like in another. So whenever you see something in another, it's a reflection of you, what your shadow is. So if you don't like them, then that's something you really want to pay attention to. So that's what this card is telling you to do. It's telling you that, let's see, I wrote something down here for this. Oh yeah, so when you face your fears, like your real fears here, like within the cave here, the goal isn't moving, okay? It's staying the same. You know what you're dealing with a real fear. Like, I don't know, what's something that's real? Oh, God, can't even think. All right. Well, anyway, the false fear, that's like something that's impossible to face, because the false fear is not real. It doesn't have any substance. So we've all experienced some of that false fear. And it just seems to go deep within. it really gets to our core and makes us fearful, where we just hold everything and we don't share it and spread it out. So when you release that fear from your mind here, you're making more space in your heart. You're making more space for love. Because when you open up your heart, you're making room for more stuff, more things that are more beneficial to you, to let things go that don't serve you any purpose. There's good in the bad, bad in the good. When you explore this fear, whatever it is, it's going to liberate you so that you can actually open your heart and love more. So just really look at the fear. Is it real? Or is it something that I'm just projecting? Is it something that I'm just manifesting? Where thoughts are real, where you can create things through the power of your mind, your imagination. Imagination is how you create and manifest. That's like the Kundalini energy that awakens within you. It's the creative energy. So once you overcome these shadows, and they talk a lot about the shadows because that's what these cards are all about. It's like just seeing like how you can actually rise above just by facing head on like the snake. The snake doesn't have any fear. Look at those eyes. It's like, oh yeah? So just face it. See it for what it is. Take one step at a time. Let's see, what else did I write on this one? All right, so this here, all right, so the situation, all right, so if this card comes up and it can even talk about a situation, and it will tell you that there's something that needs to be taken care of with care. It's like the awakening, but you're going to be very cautious with that awakening because too quick, there could be a real explosion. So you really want to face those fears and see, okay, what is it? What is the good in this fear that I'm facing? So that you can kind of ease into it. You don't want anything harsh, nothing really quick. This card also, it's interesting, we're about to enter into Mercury retrograde, and it's the Leo full moon. When we're recording this is coming up. And it's kind of that energy that this card holds. It's that fire, it's the power to know that, you know, where you could be too egotistical, or you could be like an introvert, like someone who passive aggressively kind of helps. Not, and I wouldn't say aggressive, I'd say passive. So you passively help someone in hopes that you get some recognition or something in that light. So that's what this card really warns about. It warns about fooling yourself. It tells you to say what you mean and mean what you say. And if you're the fool, if you're the one that's being taken advantage of, then this card is putting you on notice that you need to wake up. Because if you don't, something's going to happen that's going to make you wake up, because it's already in motion. So the change is happening. The transformation is happening. The awakening has occurred when you get this card. It's just, how do you proceed? How do you manage? How do you get through all of those tough hurdles? And with that, I say namaste. And I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about the Kundalini Awakens. I am going to post this in the description, what this card means. And I've also started my blog, Camp Sue for You, at .blogspot.com. So you're welcome to go visit there. I write over there a couple of times a week. So with that, I say namaste and thank you for watching, liking, subscribing. Please share, and I am going to have another contest soon. So the more comments that get written, the more chances you get to get a drawing for a free reading. Thank you very much, and we'll You'll see me again soon on my hands.